Are you thinking of manufacturing an idea? Maybe you're an entrepreneur with a new concept, or maybe you're a business founder looking to expand your product range. Well, this video is for you. I'm going to share the secrets of our unique process developed over the last 20 years and refined through helping hundreds of people and companies to launch commercially successful products. Now make sure you watch until the end of this video because I'm going to share my 3 top tips for manufacturing an idea successfully. My name's Phil, I'm a product designer by background. I've also launched my own pushchair range with John Lewis. I've been involved with the manufacture of hundreds of different products and my own product range, and I've spent a lot of time with manufacturers in this country and also in the Far East. The first step in manufacturing your idea is to validate it. There's no point going through the process of setting up for production only to find that no one wants to buy it or that it's too expensive. Now, validating an idea is actually quite a complex process. I reckon there's at least 10 steps to thorough idea validation. Check out the PDF guide in the description below. I've created this recently and it goes through the 10 key points in terms of how you check that your idea is viable, is commercially going to be successful, and is feasible to manufacture. Once you've established that your idea is viable, then we're into development. And that's going to need some product design, it's going to need some prototyping, because what you're looking to do is you're looking to refine everything down to make it as good as it possibly can be before going into manufacture. Now you're probably going to need some professional help from a product designer or a product design company like mine to do that. And again, I've written a PDF guide on choosing a product designer. You can get your free copy, just click on the link in the description below. Now once you've got a detailed design of your product that's thought through from an ergonomic perspective and it's ready for production, then what you're going to want to do is protect it. What you don't want to do is take your brand new concept that you spent a lot of time and money developing and send it out to loads of different manufacturers across the world, only to find that it's copied. And we have had this with our clients that we've worked with. I had a client with a rucksack. It was a really innovative idea, and even before she finished production and got it to market, I was already being offered it by a different Chinese factory. So you really do need to put your IP, intellectual property protection, in place. Speak to a chartered patent attorney. Most of them will give you a half-hour free consultation, or again, I've written a PDF guide on this, so check that out in the description below. It'll give you a really good overview of the patenting process. Now before we talk a little bit about manufacturing, please do hit like and hit subscribe. It makes a massive difference to the channel. Thank you. So now that you've got your product developed into a prototype, you're happy with the final form and function, you've got some intellectual property protection in place, you'll also need a manufacturing specification that details out exactly how the manufacturer needs to make the product. And with that, you can go and approach some different manufacturers, and I would suggest a very carefully researched and select small bunch. And what you're looking to get from them is an idea of cost, timescale, and their minimum order quantity. That makes a huge difference. If the factory you're talking to won't manufacture the product any less than, say, 50,000 units, that's going to cost you a huge amount more than if you can find a manufacturer who's prepared to do a minimum order of, say, 500. You're also going to want to know what the tooling cost is going to be. And there's a whole process to selecting the right manufacturing partner, because it is a critical partnership within your product development journey, and hopefully it's going to be a long-term relationship. And surprise, surprise, I've written a PDF guide on that as well, so do check that out in the description below. So I said at the beginning I was going to share my 3 top tips. Just before that, I've set up D2M, my business, to help people with all steps of that process. You can book a call with one of my experienced designers. Just use the link in the description below. So here are my 3 top tips. Number 1, make sure you're solving a high intensity or high frequency problem. Basically, you want to make sure that there's a good market for your product and people who are really going to want to buy it. So that means solving a low-level problem that loads of people have, or solving a really high impact problem that only a few people have. Either way is fine, but you do need to do one of those 2 things, because otherwise you're going to find it very difficult to establish a market for your product. Point number 2, if you are launching a consumer product, and if you're going to be selling it direct to the consumer or to a retailer who's then going to sell it to the consumer, you do need to make sure you know how to build a brand. And building the brand, I think, is harder than actually developing the product or manufacturing the product. And so you need to find a business partner or an external consultant or a non-exec director or someone who has experience of building a consumer product brand from the ground up. Thirdly, in all likelihood, you're going to need twice as much money and it's going to take twice as long to be successful as you think. So make sure you budget for that, and if necessary, start thinking now about how you're going to get investment. Now, maybe there's not been enough detail in this video for you, and that's absolutely fine. I've done a whole video series on all the steps that I've been through today. Just check out this video now.